Damn. Damn. Are you fucking for real? I'm about to toss this whole thing out the window. Dude, just... I apologize. Oh, God. Okay. Well, we're gonna get the show on the road. What do we want? Blue, green, or red? You know what? We're doing green. Yeah. Come on. There we go. Twitch chat saw it, but YouTube didn't. My sister made me a little frog with glasses. So cute. Chat. To say I am in the doghouse with myself is a bit of an understatement. Hang on, how's my mic quality? Myself is a bit of an understatement. Hang on, how's my Okay, so no different than usual. New software. Hi, Sketch. I'm using a different streaming software, so the mic quality is going to be a little bit different than my usual. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, I apologize for that. I'd say I took a sabbatical, but it was neither relaxing nor restful. And what we're going to be working on today is the reason behind my absence and lack of everything. So we might as well just rip the band-aid off. I keep forgetting the camera cuts off like here. So I gotta put my hand gestures up here. Anyway, I am once again, I'm so sick of myself, redesigning my Sona. I am just as tired of being here as you are. Now, I say that in all jokes and all jokiness because most people don't even care. Like, it's a running gag at this point that I'm just constantly flip-flopping back and forth. It's just a joke here. But I haven't streamed in 2 weeks, and I needed something to work on that wasn't my comic because I just needed a break from that. So, should I start the recording? Yeah. Hopefully my computer does not crash. If it does, I will be genuinely surprised. But also not that surprised at all. You won't be able to show your animation this year. What? Oh, I should also I'm gonna say this as soon as I see new people come in. I did see that the Amazing Digital Circus final episode did get a trailer. No, I did not watch it. No spoilers. Please, for the love of God, don't tell me about the trailer. I refuse to watch trailers. What am I doing? Alright. So, are we gonna be doing... Oh, my pen just went wacky out of nowhere. Okay. Or that is the beauty of being creative and mentally ill. Sky's the limit, but also at the same time, you kind of wish there was a limit, because what the if there's no limit, then then there's endless possibilities, and if there's endless possibilities, then like, what can you do? What can't you do? But also, options please. I'm gonna move these a little closer together. When you've got too many options, the decision to make, the mental load of making a singular decision, whether it be creative or entertaining or anything really, it gets overwhelming. I am certainly overwhelmed with nothing. See, here's the thing. Also, when are you even gonna be able to see this? Oh, kinda. When I threw in the towel and said, "Fuck it, cat girl," this was the sketch I gave myself. Specifically this one with the green dot on it. That's the sketch I, like, said, yes, that's it. Bravo. Let's get on. But the problem, another problem with moving from sketch to line art is the sketch always looks better no matter which way you look at it. The line art just solidifies too many flaws. Okay. Then you're like, what am I supposed to work with? And then you're like, you had half an idea, and you're like, yeah, I'm ready. I got an idea. Yeah, it's finalized in my head. And then you go to... No, that's not right. And then you go to do the sketch, you're like, wait, plan. I was not informed of the plan. So when I say not much happening here for the stream, it's going to be because there's not much happening up here, and there's not going to be much happening here either. Head empty. Only elevator music. So now this isn't bad. I draw that ear and then just give it a little tuft. Because I wanted to give her tall ears, but then I just added these little tufts. For no reason. But it's just gonna be like, what the... Hope everything goes well today. Me too, man. Me too. Oh, the Artemis 2 mission is coming to an end today. They'll be touching down in 5 hours now. 5 hours till splashdown, so I'm excited to watch that. Hopefully nothing bad happens. Alrighty. And like I say always, never feel bad for having to dip when watching a streamer. Most of the time they understand. And it's no big deal. The ones that do make a big deal out of it, leave them. Leave them. They're not good for you. Like a toxic ex. Let's try it that way. Let's put it lower. Something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there. Everybody stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. That's too long. Did I accentuate the legs or just put her on her toes? Because I could do both. Also, 3 toes, because I don't give a damn. Stop, hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Oh! There we go. From that angle, you wouldn't see the thumb, you would just see all that. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing. Now, for the 0 people that care, if there's anyone upsetting that the design I worked on last time isn't being used, don't worry. I worked on that design a little bit more, and I think I found a design that I liked. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that base design and give it to another OC. Because there's one OC I have that is a Wolverine, and they haven't really gotten any love from me. They've gotten a little bit of love during Art Fight, but it's like, you know what, it'd be fun if I gave them, like, one official ref, because I tried to get this character to be one of those, hey, just draw them however you want, but, you know, just make sure they're still a Wolverine and make sure they're still pink. And it's like, you know what, let's because why don't we just go full manic? The one thing that's kind of throwing me off with this design specifically is I'm giving her tufted ears, at least initially tufted ears, and a long tail. And the tufted ears is reading like Lynx or Karl or something like that, with neither of which has a long tail. So in my brain, I'm like, okay, what cat am I referencing? But it's like, no cat is being referenced in the making of this OC. I am just cringe maxing myself. Because wise people say, cringe culture is dead if you kill it. We are killing cringe culture. Cringe culture. We are killing cringe culture today. Why does every cut sound so hard? Oh, don't get me started on SH. I'm not sure what her toe pads are gonna be, or if she has, like, claws. Alright, bro, what? You know, it's funny. Before I was blacking out, before I made this design grayscale, I was just choosing different shades of brown because I was thinking, you know what color would I be if I had cat features? It would be brown because I have brown hair and I have hazel eyes, so it would be brown, right? And I'm sitting here like, no, stop it. That's how we always get into these situations. But then I was like, oh, but if I flavor blast my color palette, that means I'll have a limited amount of things I can wear and an amount of colors. But then I was also like, stop it, you can wear whatever you want. Color theory be damned. You have free will, but then I was like, yeah, but I have the free will to always look good in any color palette. Neutrals look good no matter what you wear with it. So this is why I haven't really been posting anywhere really at all, except on DeviantArt, which is still catching up with the comic. Because I've just been sitting here doing sketches like this, completely stone-faced, while I'm having a heated debate with myself. No bueno. Sit up straight. Am I still in frame? Yeah. Hold on a second, guys. I think someone's here. Ah. UPS. Another thing that always bothered me before about kimono mimi or, the neko look is that they put the ears on top of the head. Which is completely normal for cats, but when you add human face, and the way you have to draw the skull, it always looks weird. Right, let's give her a little... Kagome hair, because most kawaii neko girlies had Kagome hair. There we go. Yeah. Oh, and we can't forget the rainbow socks and the angel wing and one demon wing. It's not cringe because we are killing cringe culture today, but it's just, oh my god. I could never. Some say y'all doing too much, others say you're not doing enough. For me, I'm trying to figure out how the fuck I'm supposed to draw the skull. Usually human skull, you got the ear that ties into the jawline that helps you build the rest of the skull so you have a place to put the brain, the forehead ridge, the cheek, and then this lines up with the eyes and the nose and then mouth. Kawaii Neko Kimono Mimi says no to that. And I'm what? How? Just how? Now what you can do is put the ears lower on the head, like some people suggest you do. Like, keep the general ear placement and then put it like way down here. Which, honestly, in my humblest opinion, this doesn't make you look like a cat, it makes you look more like a chihuahua. And that is not the vibe. We want cat. And the only reason I decided of adding the tufts is because I have this other, she's not an avatar, she's kind of a persona, I guess, a persona, I guess she's technically a fursona. Her name's Ember, and she's a Arctic variant star shooter. And they have tufts on their ears and thicker tails, which I loved. And I just, like, recently realized that star shooters are kind of based on cats. I only got a little bit of coffee left. Whatever, I got drinks. Just save. The other toxic part of me really wants to, like, add like stripes and shit on her legs instead of just a gradient, and like other stripes, or heaven forbid, like almost invisible stripes that you can barely see the, like, most people could not see the difference. I can clearly see the difference, but it'd be like one of those subtle stripe things. I was like, no, stop. This is how you used to draw stripes when you were a kid and you didn't know how to draw tabby cats. This is how you used to do it. I'm also this close to giving my Sona heterochromia. I don't have it. I have hazel eyes, but then again, my color palette is brown. But then on the other hand, who would want their personality associated with the color beige? So let's go hog wild on this shit, but then also let's take it easy, because if this is gonna be my insert for videos, I'm gonna have to redraw this bitch every video. Yes, I'm planning on doing that for whatever video I make. Fresh sprites every video. This calls for drinking. I need to get a case of Monster soon, man. I'm almost out. Another reason why no work has been done, basically no work has been done, is because of this fucker. This was a little Rubik's Cube, and all the stickers have come off, and I've just been fiddling with it when I'm not, like, directly working on something or when I'm thinking, and then all I do is just completely space out while fiddling with this. And then I just sit here, head empty, only cube. Hey, when did that happen? Okay. Wait, no, not hue. Overlay. Because, let's be perfectly honest, chat. If I did just go orange, with the only difference being the green, and maybe just some regular gray clothes, we wouldn't be faulted. Like, this color-wise doesn't look terrible. However, if I decided to wear something of different colors, then we might be inclined to just nah. Here, wait. It's a perfect opportunity. Let me, okay. Start with pink, orange, yellow, green, a little deeper green, teal, purple. Because, you know. Oh, and then, oh, no. We have to do the black hair. With the raccoon stripes in rainbow order. Oh, also, can't forget the black checker patterns. Anyway. I only did the grayscale just so I could consider the values, but also because this was the color palette that was being referenced, it was like, how many brown characters can I make? And I also have a very, cringe idea for this OC. I'm just wondering how I could make it work. Because it used to be a part of one of my first internet sonas, because I found some of the old art. One of my first internet sona was let me see if I can bring it up. Here it is. This isn't the original artwork, this is the upgraded version. Yeah. Gray cat, green eyes, pixie cut black hair because I couldn't figure out how to draw long hair on a cat with glowing green wings that can appear and disappear at will. She also used to have some scars, but in this updated version I got rid of it because it was stupid. So I saw this and was like, you know what? Be free. I think I even wrote on my notes here, it says, sometimes the obvious solution is the correct option. And I couldn't agree more, past self. I mean, I was completely overthinking it with, like, stoats, pine martens, wolverines, ferrets, bears even, hyenas. I considered striped hyenas for a moment. But then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's return to the roots. What has been reoccurring on this channel and what has been reoccurring in my life. Cats. Was I really a cat girl this whole time? And I was just in denial. And the answer is yes. No shit. Duh. I'm stalling for time. I think one of the most beautiful things about having a persona, something that represents you, is that you can just choose to ignore parts of yourself. Which is the reason why I was struggling with the idea of choosing a Wolverine or a bear, is because I was so caught up on trying to accurately portray myself as a persona, I completely disregarded the option of drawing myself the way I want to be. And then if I constantly portray myself as the person I want to be, then maybe I will eventually become that person. So it's like, yeah, what kind of energy do I want to bring to the function? Oh yeah, a Wolverine, a scrappy animal that no one messes with, but at the same time it was like, do I really think or like want to be the Wolverine, or do I just want to be left alone? Do I want to be a character that people take do I want to be a person that people take seriously and not treat like I'm you know, someone to be messed with for fun. Because of trauma, so I was like, is that still a trauma response? Completely lost. You know, since we're going off of cat girl logic, we can have the eyes lower on the head, be a lot bigger, and then no one will care because kawaii. That's a long ass neck. Hold on. It's funny how the basic shape of my hair has kind of stayed the same throughout these past few redesigns, which I think is really funny. Because, you know, maybe it's because it more accurately represents my hair or what I want my hair to be. And I feel good, you know, I feel better about showing this version of my hair because I have a style that is closer to it. So, like, if I draw my hair like this and then appear on stream, people shouldn't be like, "Oh my god, you look so much different than your Sona." And I'm like, "Really?" Oh, oh. Never noticed. Say it ain't so. Such an ass. What lashes did I give her? What lashes did I go on? There we go. Cat's eyes. You know, the funniest thing about having a character with slitted pupils that people don't take advantage of enough is the slitted pupil. The wide. People do not talk about this transition enough when it comes to, like, they always give their characters like slitted pupils so they can like look cool and be edgy and whatnot. It's like, if you have slitted pupils, those pupils can expand to round orbs. Like, come on. I think the nose is too big. Well, think about designing your persona in a way that's just like, you know, fuck the haters, screw everything, who cares? It's not only freeing, but it's also just... I was so preoccupied with making an honest representation for the internet, I forgot to be honest with myself first. So when I was taking all those stupid fucking personality quizzes, I was ignoring the obvious answer because it was, and I quote, too basic. I upset myself in situations like this, right? And the reason why I'm recording this speed paint is because I want to use the footage for a video. I think the video is going to be called Let Yourself Change, or something like that. Well, I do a really shitty rendition of Changes by David Bowie on a kazoo. Saying that out loud is gonna be so freaking funny. But also seeing the way I move sped up is gonna be also really funny. Okay, kind of like that. The ear is still tripping me up, but that's probably because it's poking out from the hair. And... I mean, its placement on the head is technically correct. Technically. But see, it's the hair that's throwing me off. See, like here, it kind of looked like it was coming out from the bangs. And if I wore, like, a headband, if I made fake ears like this and got a headband, I could semi-fake this by, like, flipping this hair forward, putting the headband here, and then covering it to look like the ears are just coming out of the hair and just, like, moving things around a bit. That can be done. But in the meantime, that means there's gonna be like a that and a this. So down here I had the hair go like that and then that because... well, my hair's kind of all over the place, wherever it wants to be. Especially today, I just took it down. But my hair naturally kind of moves in, and then out, then in. See, we got the... so I tried to, like, draw that. But it's not. It's not. So anyway. Cringe isn't real, it's just all in your head. I mean, the fact that back in my day, you were considered cringe for liking anime and knowing Japanese. I mean, some people might still think that today, but that's very, very limiting. a very limited world. Nowadays, you're seen as a weirdo if you don't like anime. Like, excuse you? Now, it's kind of a similar thing with furries. Like, when furries first became, like, really known in the public eye, a lot of people were like, what, furries? Weird. What is this? Ew. Now it's like, I'm pretty sure that person's a furry. Huh. I've seen some people say, why do people have to make such a big deal about being a furry? Or, like, having furry-focused content? Everyone's a furry. Like, they're just in denial. I'm sitting there like... Hmm. Hmm. See, my journey with the furry fandom has been really funny because artistically, I started out just drawing animals because because I couldn't figure out how to draw humans. I just drew animals upright, and I had a lot of anthro characters, but I refused to call them furries because of, the stigma. But then when I realized the stigma is just that, just a stigma, not true, I was like, huh, I guess I am a furry. So then I just went, boom, deep end, into the furriness, into the furverse. And then, I hated, it was like, when people would, like, draw characters and just put ears and a tail on them and not do any of the other animalistic features. So I was like, what are you doing? Just make them an anthro character. God, you're so cringe. Just commit to the bit. Jeez. But then with this design, it's like, you know what? I don't really want to be a full furry because I'm kind of tired of drawing stupid noses. I'm so tired of drawing this. I draw this for a living. Well, not for a living, but for my comic. I draw this basically all day, every day, except Saturday and Sunday, because Sunday we clean house. So it's like, for once, I would like a break! But I also have to be unique and quirky. So I haven't drawn a damn thing for a hot minute, and I have to use the bathroom now. I'll be right back. Don't set fire to the chat. Hi, Waffles. I'll say hi in a second. I gotta use the bathroom. perfectly clear. This cat girl revelation didn't come out of nowhere. Every single one of my early personas were all cat girls. Like, you've committed. You have your first protogen character. Yay! I love protogens. I have a few of them myself. Star Dragons were my first, like, dipping my toe into making furry characters, aside from, you know, my persona, which was a tiger hybrid. Idiot! And, you know, some people would say, oh, the reason why my first, you know, furry anything was a cat is because I grew up with cats. A fair assessment. And then other people say, like, a lot of internet culture is focused around cats. Also a fair assessment. Hang on, what's the, there's also this one how to draw book. That I read religiously. To draw. It was a very specific book that instructed you how to draw cat girls and it showed, like, the different levels of drawing cat girls. And I'm pretty sure it was called Cat Girls and Cat Girls, and I am not seeing it. Damn. Let me try this. It was an old how to draw book. I'm pretty sure it was girls. Well, this isn't it, but this is one of the how to draw books that I read and checked out at the library religiously. Here she is. Yeah. Cat girl to girl manga. How to draw the hottest shoujo manga. And it had a whole section of it dedicated to just cat girls, and it, like, showed the different levels of cat girl, and, you know, how you just add ears and ears and a tail with paws and maybe some markings, and then they went full anthro where they, like, they had human anatomy, but they had ears, tail, claws, fur, markings, and a small little cat nose. Like that. And I remember flipping through this, trying so hard to just dedicate every different version to memory. Because I had this character, this persona had stayed with me for decades. Now she's a character in a book. So that's the one. But there was another one that was similar. Hang on, let me see what this one, if they got an excerpt. See example. Come on. Yeah, it also talked about how to draw different anime styles. based on proportions and eye shape. Yeah. Yeah. I also had a section, okay, I haven't gotten to it in the example, but there was a section that was just completely dedicated to cat girls, according to my memory. That book really informed my art style and kind of kicked off my obsession. Because I was interested in drawing like cool characters, but I didn't think I didn't know how it was possible. And then I read that book. I was like, oh my god, it is possible. You can put animal features. Yay! You can put animal features on a person and it not look weird. Oh my god! I see the light. It's so beautiful. So yeah, that's funny. But yeah, every early persona I've had since childhood was a cat or cat-like until YouTube, and then I got I didn't want to be cats, or I didn't want to be furry anymore because I couldn't wrap my head around being the in-between, because I thought that was stupid and cringe. Just commit. You either this or that. You can't be both. And then, years later I discovered what other thing there are words for people in the in-between, and they're not cringe, so they're actually valid and they're cool and they have better flags than we do. That's a niche joke. It's actually not that niche. I'm remembering how that book instructed us to draw the stripes and cat markings on a person. So Waffles, about your Protogen OC, how hard is it to draw the mechanical parts? Because I am dying. Every time I have to draw a Protogen or draw my Protogen OC, I'm like, good god, okay, robots, lock it in. Because I never make it look right, because each limb has to be a plug and play option. The hood has to be domed, but not too pointed, but not round. It needs to, and Protogens, they need to have the chest plate. The plug and play little chest floof. And then they got the screens on their shoulders. Floof here for their organs, and then they have this thing. Plug and play options for their legs. Okay, this is what usually trips me up with a Protogen. Aside from the helm, from the face, this is what trips me up with Protogens. They have these big fucking thighs that also have a screen with some sort of symbol, and then fleshy foot. This part, wow, that actually looks kind of good. Anyway, this part usually trips me up, because then when you put it together, the thighs look so freaking huge and disproportionate, but that's kind of how they're supposed to look. They're supposed to look kind of bubbly and kind of silly. And then the heads, you got the things here that point up with whatever ears you want. Thing. And then thing. And then little screen face. That's actually not that bad. Man, the more I don't give a shit about something, the better I draw. Is that a sign? It's almost as if you understand the basic fundamentals and play fast and loose with it. It just, you know, like, your instincts just kick in after honing years and years of honing your skill. They look good. This looks super freaking cute, but I know if I try to redraw this at a different angle, it's gonna look really flipping weird. I tried to draw her with, you know, the glow-in-the-dark eyes, and it looks kind of weird, but mostly it's because it's the two, but I wanted to show off I wanted to try the, glow-in-the-dark eyes because they have reflective lenses. Cheated, honestly, completely covered the mechanical limbs with clothes, and face screen thing is very flat and looks more like a mask, but who knows if it even counts as a protogen, now that I actually think about it. Yeah, well, see, the protogens as an open species, in order to be counted as a protogen, they had very specific rules you needed to follow. Because then if you didn't follow those rules, it technically wasn't a protogen. But the creators of the protogens, I think they've dipped off the internet. Which, I mean, good for them. Good for them. But then now, because I see protogens now that are getting designed, and I'm sitting here like, that's not a protogen. There are because I'm still a stickler for rules. If you want to call, like, it'd be like me calling something a Dutch Angel Dragon, and then, okay, for a duchy, you need, and duchies are kind of hard for me to draw because they have very equine shaped faces. And their ears. Oh my god, how do you draw a duchy? Okay, I think this is that. I don't remember how you draw duchies. It's been so long since I've drawn a Dutch Angel Dragon. Wait, even if, like, this isn't even finished, and anyone who's in the furry fandom are like, oh, that's a duchy, just because of the face. And then if I gave it, you know, like, wings, right, a funny little body. Because the thing with duchies, they can be anthro and in feral form. As long as it has wings and a tail, it's a duchy. But if I drew something like this, and said this is a Dutch Angel Dragon, no the fuck it's not, because there are rules to make it a Dutch Angel Dragon. This is a cat thing. And there is a difference between a Dutch angel dragon and angel dragons. Although I don't remember what an angel dragon is for the life of me, so don't ask. But anyway, if you're gonna, like, claim that it's, like, that an OC is a species, personally, I feel like you should follow the rules. Because, yes, it is an open species, or a semi-open species. Both Dutch angel dragons and protogens are semi-open species. They do have some rules to follow in order for them to be considered that species. It's just the same with, you know, other species. Like, if I drew a snake, let's do a little rattler, and said, this is a horse. No, the fuck it's not. I should honestly, fuck it, I should save these sketches because these side sketches are so funny. Well, whatever. We have the footage. Sit up straight. I need to move on with this sketch because I'm supposed to be hammering out the dents for her design. I am wondering if I should do the hair. I am very tempted to do something similar to a star dragon by putting a thing in the ear. And by giving her some kind of gradient, because then if she wears shorts, it can show off them legs. Same with the arms. Some sort of design to make it look at least visually interesting without being just too bland. I mean, if you want to try making an accurate protogen OC, you can try it. I mean, protogens, as I demonstrate, are actually pretty fun to draw, and they have their own lore. They have really cool lore, and it's all on their website that you can check out. So the story behind protogens is really cool. But if you just want to have a tech anthro thing, you can just, yeah, that's fine too. You can say protogen inspired. But honestly, you can do whatever you want. It's just, I have my own preferences. It's the same thing with closed species. Technically, yes, you can do whatever you want. You can just steal. You can just not buy an official design. You can just design something for yourself and then just say it's something else. You know, you can do that. But you can also kick a puppy. You know, there's no law of the universe that says you can't. It's just generally kind of looked down upon. But then again, I am no saint. I am no lawyer. I do things that are generally looked down upon as well. I have downloaded so much music for free, and have watched so many movies and TV shows on, shall we say, less than reputable websites. God dang it, this is what I get for starting stream without eating a proper lunch, as I just got a whiff from the kitchen. Someone made some chips and cheese, some nachos, and I smell it now, and I'm just, god dang it, I'm hungry. And I don't have any food in my office. All I have is Jolly Ranchers and these stupid things. All I have is candy, drink, water, and coffee. And I could go get a snack right now, but we need to move on. Okay, it's starting to grow on me. But like in my mind's eye, when it comes to when I like imagine ears on top of my head, they're not tall. They're kind of wait. I'm trying to like my phantom limb mind thing projecting onto the screen. How tall is that? Oh, okay, yeah, that's kind of tall. This is like kind of where I imagine my like when I imagine ears on my head, they're usually like up here, and they're like this tall. So yeah, like up to there. My real ears do not exist because hair must cover the ear. But then ear must also pop out of hair. Oh, good heavens. So this would be the more I don't know, faithful to the original sketches. But the reason I wanted to make the ears tall and ridiculously big, so when I'm emoting in videos, they're like they're noticeable against the hair. And I think, I mean, I probably never will, but if a little VTuber was made of this character, it would be really funny to see the little tufts kind of whip back and forth whenever the ears move. Let's just out of curiosity, let's commit to it. Okay, the hair on this one is pretty good. Frick. I wonder if I do the thing where... do eyes, nose... hair, and then... I swear I can draw better than this. I have a feeling if I just keep this design, you know, like, generally this is what it looks like, I don't have to, pardon, commit to anything, and then whatever I end up drawing the most is what's canon. Even though, like, all of these are, well, except that one's just no. Like, all of these are technically correct, but as long as they have the shape. Because this looks good, but if we look at it, do I... No, I don't. If we think about the silhouette of a character, like here, this adds a little bit more to the silhouette, like in like repeating shape language, rather than just that. You see what I'm saying? It adds more to the fluffiness, the perkiness, the, you know, the thisness of it. So I think the tufts are going to be staying. While this is, like, more accurate to what I was mentally imagining for myself, what I am mentally imagining is what hardly ever comes to fruition. So... have it really only been an hour and a half? Dang. Wait, how's the mic? Stop. I wonder if I do the thing where... Okay. So this is gonna be a no. With also the way I draw the hair, it makes the neck look smaller. So it looks like she's got a skinny ass neck, but no, it's just the hair covering it. I swear her neck does exist back here. It's just being covered by strategic hair placement. God, I'm tired and hungry. Speaking of cat, there she be. Can you see that? Yeah, you can barely see her. She eepy. Also, if I choose a cat girl, the amount of meme reaction photos I'll have as a cat is just going to be a gold mine. Finding memeable reaction photos for rabbits was so hard. If you watch some of the old videos, you can tell I tried my damnedest to find good ones. Stop it, man. So I kind of like this being the eye color. But I've always done green. I'm kind of stuck between green and let's try this. As y'all know, for my current version of my persona is just me but with orange eyes. And I kind of like the orange. But I also really like green because green can look good with most color combos. Green is one of those warm-toned... It's not warm-toned. Those cool-toned colors that would look good with any other combo. Like, you got green listed with purple. It looked good with blue. But green also looked good with red. It also looked good with orange. It looked good with pink. Green and pink, you know, you gotta finesse it. It's gotta be the proper type of pink and the proper... Damn, that is really pink. You know... The different values. But hue-wise... The only reason I was considering heterochromia and whatnot is because I wanted to cringe max the fuck out of my persona. But I'm also like, you know what? Yeah, let's keep it fast and loose. But it's like, I like consistency. So I like to be able to draw the OC and then just color pick from an image. So it's like, okay, how are we gonna do this? Love's such a sweet thing. Give everything. Crimson and clover. Over and over. 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 Over and over. That looks... I don't want to say awful, but that's the next thing that's coming to mind. God. To be gone from me. Away from me. Well, we did get something done. If I can stop yawning. You know what? Desperate times. We're cracking open this, even though we still have some coffee. The coffee is keeping the headache at bay, but it is not giving me the juice that I require. Yes, sir. Okay, let me just move this into here. I mean, if I wanted to be more accurate to cats, I would make the eyes more yellow. You know, like that. But... Who's? Never mind. If I get... my current ref out... Which, nothing wrong with this design. Like, if I ever, like, need to differentiate this version and then me, I'll pull this out. Or whip it out. And I do like this color combo with that green. That's the thing. Colors just look pretty, you know? It's hard to pick just one when there are literally millions of combinations of colors that you can pick from that all look good. But I'm so obsessed with committing to a bit and picking a vibe and like a color scheme for the brand of this channel, because we're gonna be talking about books a lot. That actually looks pretty good. We're gonna be talking about books a lot, so that means our theme should be dark academia, because that's books, right? But I don't like dark academia all that much. It's just too many turtlenecks, in my opinion. Because we're going to be talking about movies that started as books that you liked the movie first, so shouldn't it be more like cinephile style, like cinema and theater type thing? Because we're going to mostly be talking about movies and the arts. I'm just like, you know what? How about we just don't have a brain? How about we just stop talking right now? Is it like, here's what like the color palette like was originally gonna be. Now like this thing, here we go. Like, this doesn't look terrible, it's just too much of the same. And I want something familiar, but new. And honestly, if we were going to, like, go back to the roots, it's not just solid black, that is just solid black. Yay, you got Blender! Yeah, Blender is open source. Completely free to use. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 ay. Hmm. Balls. That is just neon green, isn't it? I did not know about alternate, like, and that is just neon pink. Oh my god. Back when I was first discovering traditional art, like, I didn't know about layers. And then, you know, let's bring up the... Let's bring up the flowchart. When it comes to YouTube and content creation, these are the facts. Now, that gray cat was one of my first sonas, but when I started getting more into the internet and wasn't just a Bleach fan, this character came about. And of course, we have red and brown. And then we have Doom the Tygon, which is red, browns, and orange. With that one green scarf. And then we have a more familiar territory, which is just orange, browns, greens, and reds with optional purple. And then somewhere in here, I don't remember when or where, we have this gal. Like I said, wild card. Tried to separate my main from my furry stuff, because I didn't want to be furry on main. So somewhere in there we have this one. And then we have this one, which is just full synthwave, because I got an obsession and I let it change my personality. Same with this one. I got an obsession and I let it change my entire personality. Horizon Zero Dawn ate my brain. And then after the whole YouTube thing, that honestly, me panicking about the age verification on YouTube destroyed my channel more than the age verification ever did. So you notice I was on a pretty progressive upward growth, and then August of last year hit, and I was like, I panicked, jumped the boat, jumped the gun, jumped ship, jumped the gun, and then we got, Space stayed around for a little bit. And then we had Edgelord. Then that barely lasted a few months. And I was like, nah, just cut that shit. Just bring out the regular me, because I cannot deal with any of this bullshit anymore. So we have common themes of green and shades of red and brown. Shades of red and orange, because brown is just dark orange. Unless you're Flora, because then you're just being extra for no reason, because of course you are. You're a furry. So that brings us here. See what I mean about the stupid fidget cube? I keep fidgeting with it and then my brain completely shuts off. Like, literally head empty, no thoughts. You know, if I keep... One thing I did kind of like the idea of with my... oops, that's the wrong layer. With the Wolverine / Stoat design, I thought, as long as a few colors were consistent, and as long as I got, like, just, like, 5 things that were consistent in her design, it was still her. And then everything else could be, up for changing, and it was going to be seasonal dependent. Well, I get bored after 3 months of anything, and a lot of seasons last a little bit longer than 3 months, especially where I live. I had planned, then the air, glad I didn't, but it still didn't trust YouTube. Apple Train AI on millions of YouTube videos. Oh, yeah, you better believe it. Yeah, better believe it. Oh, my God. It's still bad. But I do recognize that my panicking over it, because I thought YouTube was gonna implode. I literally thought my career as a YouTuber was over. I mean, you can tell in the video I made about it, I thought my career was over. I was like, hey, after all those years, I worked hard for nothing. It was like, no, it isn't. No, it isn't, you idiot. You just gave up. Yeah, is it still bad? Yeah, of course it's still bad, but as long... AI will never replace human creators. Because despite what the dumbos are gonna tell you, are gonna try to tell you about the industry and whatnot, we will always need humans, and human creativity is always superior to any bullshit a robot can barf out. Because even if AI takes over, it needs human input. It needs to take the ideas from somewhere. Also, apparently a lot of animation YouTubes are getting shot down because of age restriction, and that has always happened. That's nothing new. It has always been a problem on YouTube ever since the COPA laws hit, but it's also getting worse in a way because these, instead of just getting dinged and age restricted, these people are straight up getting banned. It's like, no, 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 no. YouTube, please, for the love of God, whatever you're doing, just stop. Because the CEO of YouTube doesn't, it's obvious the CEO of YouTube doesn't even use his own website, doesn't use the domain he's CEO of. Because if he was CEO, he would know having to wait for 2 ads, front, middle, and end of a video is just ridiculous. No one wants to deal with that. Well, you just pay for the subscription. Some people are broke. And they don't want to pay for a subscription service for something that shouldn't be a problem in the first place. But here we are. Anyway. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of that. The thing is that's also tripping me up, going back to like the actual topic at hand, what trips me up the most about designing personas is I treat it as how I normally would with character design. And with character design, everything about their design needs to tell you something about their character. It needs to inform you of their role in the narrative. Well, if my persona's role in the narrative is to just be whatever the fuck I want it to be at the moment, how do I quantify that? Which is why a lot of my old sonas back in the day were like, they were shapeshifters. Like the steomorph name came from the species that I created that were just shadowless, formless. They were formless shadows that were shapeshifters. Formless in the fact that they needed to wear special suits to keep their shadow form contained, and that the lights in their chest were their actual form. I want to add face markings because I feel like it'd be really fun. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm thinking about the logistics of like a video and whatnot. If I'm gonna, because like, for a video, I might start out with the Sona in her regular design, and then once I start talking about the subject at hand, or the book that is the subject matter, I might just have her in an outfit that is from the book, because, like, the first book I'm gonna be talking about, you're gonna get a sneak peek. It's not gonna happen for at least a few weeks. But the first book I want to talk about is Holes, because I loved the movie when I was a kid, and I haven't read the book yet. So when I finally read the book, I'm gonna talk about the comparisons. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna be talking about, because I haven't read the book yet. So when I read the book, maybe I'll think of something. So then Rune, or me, is gonna probably just be in an orange jumpsuit the whole time for that video, because it'd be funny. And then later, when I eventually talk about Jurassic Park, I'm gonna be dressed as a Jurassic Park employee. Hat and everything. So it's like, you know what? That'd be funny to, like, keep each sprite specific, like, video specific, but then also it's like, oh man, how many outfits or how many jobs does Rune have? Mr. Worldwide. Is she Barbie? Every single current OC. Oh, your OCs. Yeah, okay. Yeah, same face syndrome is something that people battle with a lot. And a lot of my OCs have, yeah, I got that. Every single, like fandom OC I have kind of has a similar vibe. It's because they're all self-inserts. So I'm putting myself into the character because they're a self-insert. So that's, yeah, that's why they kind of look the same in some instances. Am I gonna add clothes? I feel like that'd just be too much. Or maybe if I just point the fingers and then... And it's so easy when you're evil. This is the life I lead. The devil tips his hat to me. I do it all because I'm evil. And I do it all for free. Your tears are all the payment that I need. If y'all haven't heard of the amazing Gothic Nashville artist, Voltaire, you are missing out. But also, you're lying, because yes, you have heard his songs before. If you've been on the internet, you've heard, or if you've watched the show The Grim Adventures of Bill and Mandy, you've heard one of his songs called Land of the Dead. And he's got a few other famous songs, you know, like Brains. What's another really famous one? The Night. Everyone loves that song. I personally really like Goodnight Demon Slayer and Stuck With You. I mean, beautiful. Stuck With You is just a beautiful song. It's just a cat, either gray, white, or orange fur. Usually casual clothing. Well, that's the thing when like I was saying with character design, each character should serve a purpose in the narrative. Now, if you're just making OCs to make OCs, don't worry about this. But if you're, like, trying to make characters that, like, serve a purpose in a story, their design should reflect that in some way. And yes, this does take a little bit of finessing, a little bit of, just kind of, like, instinctual stuff. What was I talking about? Yeah. If you're having trouble with making your characters looking the same, I would highly suggest looking into, and I know this word gets thrown around a lot, but I would highly suggest looking into shape language. That has helped me so much with character design. Is not only not only does shape language, which in their basic form, it's everyone is either a circle, a triangle, or a box. Which you can finagle it a little bit and like combine shapes, but and like in each shape, it's usually those three. Because you know, like with the triangle, they are, you know, more angular, sharp, like angry characters. Round characters, they're soft, more friendly. And then square characters, they're sturdy and pretty rigid. Now, you can combine a few of them. Like, for me, I've tried to somehow combine triangles and circles. Because I want to be friendly, but with an edge to it. But then when I try to combine a triangle and a circle, or more accurately, a triangle and a circle, I just get an ice cream cone. I am ice cream. Or a cone. That's where I do the character's design. Right, what reflects the visual afterwards, shape length. Yeah. Yeah, and that's just one way to do it. You don't. There's no one way to design characters. There's no one way to fix your characters. Some characters don't even need fixing. It's just maybe you just need to reference different clothes. Like just throw a dart at the board, spin a wheel, pick a time period, research all there is about that clothes. I'm like, okay, if this character, based on what little personality I have in my brain, what would this motherfucker dress like? Okay, yeah. And then go on from there. Especially, what kind of story are you telling? And then, if they're like, oh, it's just like a slice of life, whatever, but with some fantastical elements. It's like, alright, go hog wild. Oh yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier, about the downside of the sky being the limit. Because then there is no upper limit. Just trying something out here, because I'm probably not gonna do too many stripes because they are a bitch to keep track of. Trust me, I had a, is it still up? No, it's not. I had a Tygon, which is a tiger lion OC, and oh my god, if you look at all her old redesigns, holy shit! It got to a point where I was like, you know what? All the stripes are random except the ones on her face. Those are the only ones that are consistent, and this is it. There we go. So it was just, oh my god, I was so sick of having to keep track of stripes because I was also trying to animate with her. None of her old videos exist anymore, which is either a good or a bad thing. I also want to try, maybe... Ooh. I know I want a gradient on the limbs, because that is just peak character design. Oh, okay, okay. We're getting somewheres. See what you're working with. The vision is coming clearer now. I see it. Join me, brothers. Brothers, join me. I think I have found a way. I'm not so sure about the nose thing. That's one of those things where I'm like, even I'm, like, Got we did this, and then we got the that, and then if we were to, okay, we're still good. If we were piece de la resistance. How do I usually do my makeup? I don't do crazy makeup anymore. I used to, back in my Instagram early days, which the whole account has been deleted, yeeted out of existence, don't even bother looking for it. I used to do like full line art, butterfly wings on the side of my face because I just got so bored. Lockdown changed me as a person. You know, because I did like the full, you know, like, I went all out, and then I realized just how freaking expensive eyeliner is, and then I promptly stopped. Actually, if we think about this logically, it's coming together, but it's also, this is what my eyes look like naturally when I do makeup. Normally when I do makeup, but it's hiding. I mean, I drew some mean-ass wings on this bitch. Who am I to hide it with? With frou-fra. Now, okay, Picasso, I like it. The ish is, what if instead of, you know, what's the vibe on this, boys? Are we thinking of this or of this? Both are valid. Both have an allure to them. Very demure. Either way, something's getting colored. Either way, something is getting colored. Now, is not going to be Has-Been Hotel Demon Dog, where they all have the same fucking eye. You know, the Hellhounds in not Has-Been Hotel. Hell of a Boss. They all the dogs have the same fucking eye color. It is white or silver with, this is a little too red, with red. Every single fucking demon dog, I keep saying demon dog, hellhound, every single effing hellhound has this eye color in it. Every single one of them, it's the same color. So this would still be colored. It would just be the sclera would be a color, not white. And this would be a color, just not dark. Same with this version. Both would be colored. It would just be the lighter and the darker variant of said color. So... One, two, three, four, 5. Is that in an hour? Hang on. I gotta check something real quick. No, fuck off. Did I miss it? Hang on. Artemis 2 was supposed to be landing today. Or they were gonna do a splashdown. Okay, there's stuff. I didn't miss anything. Whew. That is so cool. This is a live feed from the Orion capsule. You know. The live feed from the Orion capsule. That's Earth that they're closing in on. Also, shout out Casual Geographic. I mean, just look at that. Their pictures from the moon of Earth are so breathtaking. It is literally insane. So as long as I don't miss Splashdown, I think I'll be okay. So I watched the launch live. I'd cry if I miss Splashdown. Maybe if I do that, similar to how thorns. Arms are. Bald, but not bad. Hey! I still like that. Had an air of mystery about her. Who is she? Who is this creature of the night? With this obsession with the dead. Living dead girl. I'm gonna get a expert opinion on the matter real fast. Hang on. Hey, Tab? Can I have your opinion on something real quick? Alright, here she comes. I'm not allowed to go to her room without announcing myself first because apparently she's working on something that I'm not allowed to see. Anyways. Alright, as long as you don't, yeah, cross. Which design looks better?
Okay, where am I looking?
Here.
Overall, the whole thing?
Yeah, the eyes.
Eyes. Okay.
This. Or a that.
Ooh.
I haven't worked out the colors yet. I'm just blocking out the general shape.
Go back to this. Kind of like that better.
That?
That, yeah. Because you said this and that, so I like that.
A or B?
B.
B?
B.
She wants the B's.
It stands out better. But it all depends on the color.
Yeah,
if you have
because
the
I had
eyes,
tried this.
If you have the eyes as a darker color, then go back to A. If they're a lighter color and everything else is overall dark, then
Yeah,
B.
well, I mean, both are going to be colored. It's just what, like, value of color.
I like B better. It stands out a lot more.
Okay.
I can't see it clear enough further out, but...
Like, these were the colors this was the color combo I was working with. This or that.
Here B.
Number 1 or number 2?
Oh god. But anyway, yeah, I think...
I also tried that to be more realistic with cats, which I do like, but not for me.
I think B's the more striking combo. But...
The bee's knees?
Yeah.
Alright. And you.
Itch.
Do you got lotion or something?
Oh, I do. I just...
Not on the...
I had something in my sock.
Oh.
And now it's still itchy. So.
I don't know if they could hear you, but whatever. Lord, I can't change. Won't you fly high, free bird, yeah. I am going to solidify a design today before it kills me. Hi, CO. You're welcome for the Freebird. It's been in my head since the Artemis 2 launch. Because some fuckers just happened to play the launch while the riff perfectly lines up. And it's like, oh, goddamn. So I watched it like 50 times. Because not only was the Artemis 2 launch just breathtaking, it's a damn good song. We are officially out of coffee. Oh no! Anyway. Yee! Over there! Lava lamps make me happy. I don't know the entirety of Freebird. All I know is the bit right before, like, you know, just the memed part. That's all I know. I don't think I've ever actually listened to that song in its entirety. If I just have the tail be solid, and then have the part just be across the back, like in one of my sketches here, like where the tail connects to the base, like it's just trying to up the back. Giving myself a slutty tramp stamp. Y'all probably couldn't see that, but whatever. I know what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay, Picasso, I like it. I keep saying it backwards. It's, I like it, Picasso. There we go. There we go. How high up the head is supposed to... Oh, that one's pretty low. We can go. Go big or go home. I love the phrase, go big or go home, because I'm like, I have the option to go home? I'll just go home. Did you celebrate Friday the 13th last month? I did. Actually, no. I didn't. But, I did celebrate in some way. Parents were out of the house that week, and so all I really did was not turn down my music at night. That's really all I did. I was working on other projects and I really needed them to get. It's actually, I was working on this project. Oh my god. This goddamn Persona project has been. I've been working on this for almost 2 months. 2 months. Chat. 2 months I've been driven crazy by this stupid design only for me to circle back to Catgirl. Life is a circle. It was your grandma's B-day. Aw. My grandma's birthday is on June 12th as well, so when we celebrated her birthday, or we had like a June baby a June baby bash thing last year because it was like her 95th birthday. Big deal. I mean, like, yeah, it was a big deal. Not like big deal. It was a big deal. And we also happened to be there on, I don't think it was it Friday the 13th? Or was it just the 13th? I think it was Friday the 13th because I was wearing the shirt, my Friday the 13th shirt, at the party. And it was, I was laughing and giggling to myself. Because the shirt I have looks like it looks like a regular hockey jersey. And it just says Voorhees 13 on the back, and it has like fake blood stains on the sleeves. It's really cool. I've worn it on stream a few times. The problem with it, it's like, I think it's like polyester, so it's just really staticky. So I was having troubles. Ah! Ow, go away. My ear started ringing. Okay. See, from this angle, the hair looks amazing. It looks cute. It's adorable. But then when I try to draw it from literally any other angle, it's just, how does been doing nothing? Oh no, wait. Were my parents out on the 13th? Or did they plan to and they had to leave? No. I guess my sister and I also celebrated Friday the 13th by eating a pizza, but that's probably about it. We were both kind of depressed when it finally rolled around, so I was like, you know what, I don't feel like it. Because every time Friday the 13th rolls around, we only watch the same. We watch 2, sometimes 1, and maybe 7. All the other ones are kind of trash. And I'll admit it, as a F13 fan, I'll admit the movies are kind of trash. No denial here. I just like Jason. I don't know what color the hair is gonna be eventually, so I'm just gonna use this gray to see like how the values work together. So I want the values to work together for the hair and the ears so that they're not clashing, but I don't want the ears to like blend into the hair. One thing that kind of irks me about the F-13 movies is that the music for the ones I like, kind of mid music for good movies. But then the movies that I hate have bopping soundtracks. Like the theme for F-13-3 is so good. I'm like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Same with the theme for F-13-5. I fucking hate that movie with a burning passion in my soul. Yet I love the song His Eyes by Pseudo Echo so much. Ugh. Such a good song. And it's funny, I love the 7th one. Is it the 7th one? Jason Lives? Yeah, whatever. That one's like a guilty pleasure of mine. And the theme song for that one was Alice Cooper's Teenage Frankenstein. Which is fine, it's just not as fun as His Eyes. Or, you know, Crazy Licks made a song for one of the games, which was... God. I can't speak for the quality of the game, but that theme song, XIII, oh! Yes! So good! And just so I can shout them out, it's Crazy Licks, Lixx. That's how they spell it. XIII. Roman numerals. It's a bop. I kind of like this, but I'm not sure. What, like, the skin tone? This was the desaturated skin tone for the skin color that I had. So let's see how this all works together. Oh, I gotta fix that. And all those mysteries, you're taken by surprise. You'd never thought to see that look was in his eyes. It's his eyes, it's his eyes. There's a man with no life in his eyes. There's a man with no life in his eyes. Okay. If a color... Okay, this is the closest match, so that means the color would be this. So if this or that were the color, the value for the hair, that means it'd be, ooh, up here. Yeah, I mean, hell, we could go crazy with it. It's just when I get, what I was talking about earlier with the crazy colors is just there's very, it limits your fashionable options. And the reason why I keep going back to orange and brown is because A, orange and brown hair, and B, brown's a neutral color. So, oof. You never thought to see that look was in his eyes. It's his eyes. Yeah. It's his eyes. No. Just. No. No, those mysteries you're taken by surprise. You never thought to see that look was in his eyes. Well, that closely more resembles this. This is just like that. The ears do stand out, but the tufts kind of blend in. And I do kind of like the lightness of the hair, but if the hair is lighter, closer to the skin tone, which is what it's kind of looking like. My cursor is running away. You see that? Dude, look. My cursor is literally running away. Look at that. Hands off the keyboard. I'm not touching it. Can y'all even see that? Whatever. Ghosts. It's revolting. It is draw the attention up to the face away from the extremities, like this design would accentuate the ears, fingers, tail, and grippers, which we don't want that. We don't want that. Bert. If instead oh, that was that. Okay. This is more cohesive because that means the hair and the extremities are the same color. So it looks like it's all part of the same body and not props. The hair and fur are the same color. Which if that were the case, this is that, so that means in order to be that, we need something No, too dark. This hue. So that means it would be in value anyway, closer to that. More peachy. Which, of course, everything else being grayscale is, like, tripping me up with the colors. I'm pretty sure if I added, you know, like, the regular skin tone, like, something like this, maybe. Oh, this is a little too light, but whatever. And if we did something like that. Actually, if we put these on normal, put this on overlay, stand as lighter, and this on overlay. That's a little too orange, but you get the gist. Especially with my plans. Excuse you. Okay. With the plans. Yeah. Anyway, value-wise, I kind of like this. But I also kind of like buying out. Oh, what's the, I still want to have face markings because these are fun. Fun to play around with, especially if we lean into the cat girl type thing with the mackerel stripes on the arms and legs. Just lean into it. These are supposed to be the same color, but they ended up not being, so whatever. If we just lean into it a little bit. Of course, with the hair covering some of the face, that doesn't make it... So, okay, cat stripes do that. Right. Hi, Arkip. Got some heels today, surprisingly comfy. They're really chunky. Oh, wow. I like big boots. Step on man's skulls. I am having a time of it. Because I want to have my cake and eat it too, you know? I think for the face, I won't airbrush as much because complications. But I don't want to distract. Did I hear stepping on strolls or am I too tired? Yeah, I said that. I don't want to distract from the cool eyes. Cool eyes. But I don't want to, you know... Symmetry, my friend. Oh my god. Currently working on art for a portfolio for college. Actually, I have to finish your works now. Yeah, you can't just submit a portfolio of whips, which would be my entire portfolio. My portfolio, actually, if I were to take my most recent pieces, it would either be 1,000,000 comic pages, a page just full of character concept sketches, and like once a year I do like 50 illustrations in one sitting. Because I'm crazy. Okay, these stripes for this design looked good because the hair and the eyes were separate enough to where they weren't conflicting. But if I... Ooh... I had a brainwave. Not dramatic enough. As much as we want the drama of it all, we can't be doing too much. And with that being said, I'm gonna be right back again. Because I'm double caffeinated. It won't take long. Oh. Here, let me move the chair so y'all can see Cat. Cat. Son of mine needs to hit the ground and never cover my dancing. Ow. lock in and learn German? Well, if you know English, you basically know German. A lot, well, I shouldn't say that, but a lot of German words, I'm like, alright, what is, like, the German word for, like, last night I was like, what's the German word for wolf? And they're like, Ulf. Okay, what's the... There's plenty of other German words that basically sound English. Not all. I know German is its own language. I have German family members that I've never met. But... English is just German, French, and Italian. That's what the English language is. Three languages in a trench coat. Okay, yeah, that accentuates the, flippity-floppityness. Look, this skin tone looks gray now, but if you actually use, like, skin, once you remove the pigment from skin, it's actually kind of dark. Even, like, pale people. Like, here, let me get my current SonoRef sheet. Hey, look at this. I'm pretty white. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit more tan, a little bit more orange, but if I were to filter hue, saturation, boom, look at me. Ah! Still pretty dark. I like the idea of giving myself lighter hair. Because I actually, you probably can't tell on camera, but I don't have that dark of hair. Well, the darkest my hair is when I dye it orange in fall, but that's just because it's more pigmented. Naturally, my hair is a lighter brown with bits of red in it, especially in the sun. Sometimes I get more yellowy reds. My mom's a blonde, so. It comes from somewhere. What's my chair stuck on? So I kind of like this, but I don't.
Wait. You want the Adzuki bean or the taro first?
Flip a coin.
Alright, well, I'm holding the Adzuki, so that's the one I'm opening.
Okay.
You want one?
Not right now. Thank you. Hey, yo.
Wait.
This or that?
Hang on. Where am I looking?
Hair.
Hair.
This or that?
I think for that, it would depend on the color.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the cooler. Lisa hit the ground and then hit another caramel dancing. Ooh, 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 wow, wow, ow. Ooh, 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 wow, wow. Ooh, 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 wow, wow, ow. You know what's funny? That song was played, like, if you didn't have an animated GIF of your ship dancing or doing the caramel dancing thing together, were they even a valid ship? But then when you actually listen to the English translation of that song, it has nothing to do with romance. It's just a dance. So come on, move your hips, sing a wow. Come on, sing it loud, sing it la la la. You and me can sing this melody. So come on, dance to the beat. Wave your hands together, come feel the beat. Feel the heat forever and forever. Listen and learn. Put up a clap and now we are here. A caramel dancing. Something like that. It's basically an instructional dance song, sort of. And then again, also, if you didn't have Every Time We Touch, if there wasn't some stupid ass over-edited PMV of your ship with the song Every Time We Touch by Cascada, or Bad Boy by Cascada, it was not a valid ship. It's like, yeah, I ship these two characters. Is there a music video with Every Time We Touch? No. Is there Bad Boy? Yes. Valid. But on thin ice. Of course, every ship needed the song, a PMV. That's what it was, not PNG. A PMV for Every Time We Touch. What are we, cavemen? Also, if that character had any sort of edge to them, they needed, like, your character was not edgy if they didn't also have a PMV of them to the song Monster by Skillet. Like, were they even edgy if they didn't have that song? I forgot. There was another ship song that you were not a valid ship if you didn't have, and I'm gonna butcher the name because I honestly don't remember and I don't listen to pop that often. Disturbula? You know, the bum bum be-dum bum bum be-dum bum. That one. That was usually for more toxic ships. Or like dark ships that people enjoyed. You were not a real toxic ship. Like, was your ship even toxic if they didn't have Disturbula or Disturbia? What the fuck is that song called? All I know is that song kind of creeps me out a little bit. For some reason, that was the song used for shipping. Maybe it's because I haven't actually paid attention to the lyrics as close as I would have. I generally thought that was a song about going insane. And, actually, I don't know what I thought that song was about. Don't remember. I'm gonna have to check it out again just to be sure. We're closing on 3 hours. As soon as we hit 3 hours, I'm probably gonna end stream just so I can. And I know I'm flipping my hair back and forth all the time. My bangs are stuck in my forehead. Pardon. It's just a city of London, better think twice. Trying to find the answer, so if you must not tell me why, your mind can disturb your life. Let the darkness is alive, disturb your life. I must given you tonight, disturb your life. And used to recognize, disturb your life. Disturb your life. Oh, bum bum bidum bum bum bidum. And then, there's a lot of songs kids would listen to back in the day, and then it's be like, oh yeah, I remember this song, and then you re-listen to it as an adult, and you're like, oh my god! They let us play this at school? Yeah, in the school gym, they let us play S&M by Rihanna? I'm a fake fan. As long as there was no cuss words. No saying cuss words, guys. We could listen to a song about BDSM. As long as they didn't say sex or any cuss words. You could listen to whatever you want. You do realize, in retrospect, it is very problematic for an adult to be watching a bunch of exercising, sweaty, panting, minors while a song literally about BDSM is playing. I don't know, maybe they thought, maybe they weren't paying attention, and I'm not sure which is scarier, either the secret abuse or just the neglect. I'm not sure which one is worse. Well, either one would be worse, but, you know, either one is bad, but, you know, it's like, ugh. And then, well, neglect is a form of abuse. A lot of people don't really realize that until it's too late. Maybe this would look lighter if I got rid of some of the thing. There we go. Yeah, that looks... yeah, that looks better. That looks better. I just thought about having her hair be a light orangey brown, so that, like, everything else she wears can be dark to, like, lighten up the face area. But then I realized a light orangey brown is basically beige. And like I said earlier, who would want their personality associated with the color beige? Okay, we're still here. Who would want their personality associated with the color beige? I've never even seen that clip in its entirety. All I know is that that was the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life, and I was dying laughing. Miss Gregory, you're wearing khaki shorts and a t-shirt. Your shoes, what even are those? Who would want their personality associated with the color beige? drawn on a random Roblox game and it's surprisingly good. Oh wait, yeah, you can draw in some Roblox. Roblox. I'm not even drunk, aight? That's just how, I am. Okay. Okay. We have liftoff. I am going to... No, not that. I'm going to take these two sketches. Pissed. And then I'm going to take them and put them up here. I'm gonna put them here. And then I'm gonna name this design and then blah, 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 blah. I wonder. And I'm going to move it that away. Move this. Oh, that's two separate layers. This away. And then, actually, I'm going to just yeet that in its entirety. I'm gonna pull that out. To excuse. Put it here to show the clothes. I'm gonna erase the head because the hair is just not it, sis. I have your hearts and you have my pity. Pretty is gray, but still it's just pretty. Perfect, my dear, is me. Underrated Disney song. You want to know an underrated Disney song that not enough people talk about how genuinely good it is? Is Perfect Isn't Easy from Oliver and Company. Georgette the Poodle sings it, and oh my god. No one talks about this song enough. Also, no one talks about the movie Oliver and Company enough. But Georgette's song, Perfect Isn't Easy, is just, ooh. Maybe it's because it's more in my vocal range for the most part. And also it's just fun to sing. Once you know the lyrics, Perfect Isn't Easy is so fun to sing. Girl, we've got work to do. Pass me the paint and glue. Perfect isn't easy, but it's me. When one knows the world is watching, one does what must. And I don't remember all the lyrics because I'm a fraud. But, it's my goal. Next stream, I will know all the lyrics to the song Perfect Isn't Easy. And I will be able to sing it. The only part I probably won't be able to sing is the barking part. And the last note. That final note with Georgette walking down the stairs like a diva. Oh my god. That note she holds for a solid minute and a half. I swear to God. It's like, I don't even have that much lung capacity. And also, there's only one way to sing that song. You have to belt it. You have to sing it loud. You can't... I guess that's why not a lot of people talk about Perfect Isn't Easy. It's because, A, it's kind of hard to sing, but also, you can't sing it under your breath. I mean, you can, but it doesn't get the right oomph to it. Alright. I mean, let's try. One does one. One forward step, a pose. See how the breeding shows. I guess she could sing it. Okay, that is one outfit. And I don't know if these are like leg warmers or bell bottoms or just weird feet shoes because I like the way this looks. Shut up. Even though she's got the long footsies. I should have kept the old sketch because she had footsies the long way. Alright, so at least this is a point to start. I have the design, the pattern, and the general color placement nailed down. All I really need to do is figure out color palette and any outfit variations if there are going to be any color rules to her design. Because I have a few characters where, like, as long as one color is consistent, it counts as a design for them. Or I have other characters where, as long as they're grayscale with one additional color, they're colored properly. Everything else must be grayscale. Very monochromatic color palettes. So, I don't know, but it's hitting 3 hours. It's 3 o'clock. I ain't had lunch yet. And the Artemis 2 touchdown is on its way. Right? Oh, yeah. Look. There she is. Hang on. There she is. There's the Orion capsule. Oh, fuck off, man. The Orion capsule with planet Earth in view. Beautiful. Beautiful. I haven't seen all of their mission logs. I should go back and watch it because it's just going to be so freaking funny. I saw a clip. 1 or 2 clips. Take a peek at that paw. Whoops. Sometimes it's too much for even me. Okay, yeah. That's a good place to go on hold while I go completely insane off stream. The reason why I don't do color swatching on stream and last stream is the reason why I don't do color swatching, because it's literally just me doing Like, did you even know there are two colors in the middle here? Look. Can you see where the line is? There you go. Two different colors on either side of that line. That is how pedantic I get with color palettes. And just looking at this, there is a huge difference between these two colors. Huge difference. But then when you... Oh, that's the wrong way. But then when you zoom out and then look at it like down here, you're like, what difference does it make? And you're like, it makes plenty of difference. It's on that layer. So aside from me just staring at a sketch and then going completely insane, I'll do that on my own time. I won't waste your time going crazy. Alright, we can stop the recording. And do I have an end screen? Yes, I do have an end screen. I still stream on Twitch, guys, which is linked in the description, I think. And it's not consistent, even though it should be coming up soon. It should be back to consistency, because I'm on the home stretch of finishing this batch of comic pages. I'm in the home stretch. I just need to fucking lock in, but this has been driving me crazy for the past month. Now that I've almost got it locked in, I'm like, okay, what do I finish first? What do I finish this so I can finally, in my mind, get started on the rest of the YouTube videos that I have lined up, which I have a lot of YouTube videos lined up. I just need to, you know, get started on them. Or do I finish the pages because they're already in, like, the final stage, but it takes a long time because illustrating, for me, the way I do it, it takes 5 years to do. Anything takes 5 years to do for me, so I'm just like, nah, what do I do? So anyway. I hunky. This and more next time. Yeah.